Imagine you are setting up a small office network. You need to connect 10 computers, a printer, and give everyone internet access. Someone tells you you need a switch and a router. And you think, wait, why both? What does each one actually do? That is the exact question we are going to answer today, step by step, no fluff. Before we compare the two, let me give you a mental model that will make everything else in this video click. Think about the network as a building. Inside the building you have floors, hallways, and rooms. People move between rooms constantly. That internal movement that is handled by a switch. Now, outside the building there is a city. Roads, highways, other buildings connecting your building to that city. That is the job of a router. Simple idea, but let us go much deeper. Because the real difference between a router and a switch is not just what they do, it is where they operate in your network. And to understand that, we need to understand two things: MAC addresses and IP addresses. Do not worry, I will keep it simple. Let us start with the switch. A network switch is a device that connects multiple devices within the same network. Think of your office. You have 10 computers, a printer and a server. You want all of them to talk to each other, to share files, share a printer, communicate internally. The switch makes that possible. But here's the key thing to understand about the switch. It operates at layer 2 of the OSI model. That is the data link layer. And at layer 2, devices are identified not by IP addresses, but by MAC addresses. A MAC address is a unique hardware identifier. Every network card that was ever manufactured has one. It is baked into the hardware itself. So when device A wants to send data to device B inside the same network, it sends a packet. The switch receives that packet, it looks at the destination MAC address. It checks its internal table, called the MAC address table, and it knows exactly which port device B is connected to. It sends the data there, and only there. That last part is actually really important. A switch is intelligent. Early networks used something called a hub. A hub was dumb. It received the packet and broadcast it to every single device on the network. Every device had to check, is this for me? Inefficient, slow, insecure. A switch eliminates that problem entirely. So to summarize, a switch connects devices within a local network using MAC addresses, and it is smart enough to send data only where it needs to go. Now let us talk about the router. If a switch works inside a network, the router works between networks. Here's a mental model again. Your home network is one network. Your company's network is another. The internet itself is a massive collection of millions of networks. The router is what connects all of these together. Unlike the switch, which uses MAC addresses, the router operates at layer 3 of the OSI model, the network layer, and at layer 3, devices are identified by IP addresses. So when you type a web address in your browser, say you want to visit a server in Germany, your device sends the request. That request travels from your device to your switch, and then to your router. The router looks at the destination IP address, it checks its routing table, and it figures out the best path to send your data across the internet to reach that server in Germany. That process deciding the best path for data between different networks is called routing, and it is what gives the router its name. Now here's something interesting. A router also typically handles a function called NAT, Network Address Translation, because your home has one public IP address, the one the internet sees, but multiple private devices. Your phone, your laptop, your smart TV. The router translates between your public IP and private IPs of each device inside your network. We have a separate video on network address translation if you want to go deeper on that one. So to summarize, a router connects different networks together using IP addresses and makes decisions about the best path for your data to travel. If this is clicking for you, if you like this structured, no fluff approach to networking, go ahead and subscribe. We cover everything from IP addresses to VPNs to DNS in exactly this style. Now let us go get to the actual comparison. Alright, let us now put them side by side. First, what layer do they operate on? Switch. Layer 2, Data link layer, MAC addresses. Router, layer 3, network layer, IP addresses. Second, what is their job? Switch, connect devices within the same network. Router, connect different networks together. Third, what do they look at to make decisions? Switch, MAC address table. Router, routing table. Fourth, do they need an IP address themselves? A basic switch? No. It just forwards packets based on MAC addresses. A router? Yes, it needs IP addresses on each of its interfaces to function. Now, here's where it gets interesting and where a lot of beginners get confused. Modern devices blur the line. The device you call the router at home, it is almost certainly not just a router. It is a combination device. A router, a switch, and a wireless access point in all in one box. That is why it has multiple Ethernet ports on the back and also broadcasts Wi-Fi. The ports on the back, those are functioning as a switch, connecting your local devices, the WAN port, the one that connects to your internet cable. That is the router doing its job. In professional and enterprise environments, there are always separate devices because the traffic load is too high, and the control you need is too detailed to combine them. Let me give you two quick real-world scenarios to cement this. Scenario 1, the home network. You have a modem. The modem connects to your internet service provider. Your internet service provider, the modem connects to your router. Your router connects to a switch, or in most homes, the router has a built-in switch. And the switch connects to your laptop, your desktop, your smart TV, your printer. Data flows inward from the internet through the router. Then the switch distributes it to the right device inside your home. Scenario 2, the office network. A company might have 200 computers on one floor. They are all connected to one or more dedicated switches. Those switches are connected to a core router. That router connects the company's internal network to the internet and possibly to other branch offices in other cities. The switch handles all internal office traffic fast and efficiently. The router handles all external traffic, deciding how to get data in and out of the company. Same principle, different scale. So let's bring it all together. A switch connects devices within a local network. It works at layer 2. It uses MAC addresses. It is fast, efficient, and intelligent about where it sends data. A router connects different networks together. It works at layer 3. It uses IP addresses. It makes decisions about the best path for data to travel across the internet. They are not competitors. They work together in almost every network you will ever encounter. Whether it's a home, an office, or a data center, you will find both. If you walked in knowing nothing about networking, and now you can explain what the router and the switch actually do, that is real progress. That is the whole point of this channel. Next video, we are going to go even deeper. We will look at layer 3 switches, devices that can actually do both jobs, and why enterprises use them. Subscribe so you don't miss it. And if you have a question, leave it in the comments. I'll read them all.